Welcome to the Shigeaki Podcast, where science meets longevity to help you feel stronger after 60. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman. Let me ask you something important. Have you ever gone to bed feeling fine, but woken up sore, stiff, or just weak? Like your body lost strength overnight instead of gaining it? That's what my patient Tom, 67, was dealing with. He stayed active, ate well, and slept on time. But every morning, he felt like his body had aged another year overnight. When we looked deeper, the problem wasn't sleep duration or diet. It was what his body wasn't getting at the right time. You see, after 60, your muscles don't repair on autopilot. Your body still produces growth hormone during sleep, the same hormone that rebuilds tissue and supports strength. But here's the catch: if the right nutrients aren't available, at night your body simply can't complete the repair. To explore this deeply, I've invited a man whose wisdom on healing and aging has shaped my own thinking for years. The one and only Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you, Dr. Hyman. In my experience, the night is not simply a time of rest, it is a time of silent repair. But repair needs tools, and after 60, the body no longer holds those tools by default. That's why the right vitamins at night are not optional, they are essential. In this episode, we will guide you through the 4 vitamins that silently rebuild your muscle while you sleep. The 2 common vitamins that may be quietly blocking your recovery, and how to align your meals, supplements, and sleep so your body works with you, not against you.
So if you've been feeling weaker even while doing everything right, don't give up just yet. The missing link might not be your effort, but your timing. Like, subscribe, and share this episode if you or someone you love is over 60 and waking up tired, achy, or weaker than the day before. Your body still wants to rebuild. All it needs is the right support, starting tonight.
Now let's talk about something most people don't realize. When you go to sleep, your body doesn't just rest. It actually goes to work, especially when it comes to muscle repair. Every night, if your body is in a deep enough sleep, it starts producing growth hormone. That's a natural chemical your body releases that tells your muscles, hey, it's time to rebuild. This is also the time when your body starts making new protein. Not the kind you eat, but the kind your cells use to patch up tiny tears in your muscles, especially if you've walked, lifted, stretched, or just carried groceries during the day. And something else happens too. Inflammation goes down. Your cortisol, that stress hormone that breaks down muscle when it's too high, also starts to drop, especially in the early hours of deep sleep. So when you're sleeping well, your body is literally healing. It's reducing damage, fixing tissue, and building back strength.
But here's the part many people miss. That repair process only works if the body has what it needs. And after 60, we often don't. For your muscles to rebuild overnight, your body needs 2 things. First, it needs enough amino acids, which means you need to have eaten some form of protein earlier in the day. Not just a big dinner, but ideally spread throughout breakfast and lunch too. Second, it needs the right nutrients to actually use those amino acids. That includes things like magnesium, which helps muscles relax and recover vitamin D3 to activate protein synthesis, and even leucine, a specific amino acid that acts like a switch to turn on muscle building. Without those, the signal to repair is there, but the building blocks are missing. It's like your body wants to fix the house overnight, but there's no lumber, no nails, no tools.
Exactly. That's why people can sleep a full 8 hours and still wake up feeling sore, weak, or just drained. It's not that they didn't sleep, it's that the body tried to recover and couldn't. So if you want to protect your muscles as you age, don't just focus on how many hours you sleep. Think about what you gave your body before you went to bed, because sleep is powerful, but only if your body has the right ingredients to work with.
All right, so let's dive into the first vitamin your body really needs at night if you want to rebuild muscle while you sleep, and that is magnesium. Now, magnesium is one of those quiet heroes. It doesn't get as much attention as calcium or vitamin D, but honestly, it plays a critical role in everything from muscle recovery to deep restorative sleep. And after 60, your body actually needs more of it, not less. What does magnesium do exactly? It helps your muscles relax, not just in the sense of feeling calm, but on a physical cellular level. It allows muscle fibers to release tension. So, If you've ever had leg cramps twitching or a sense that your muscles stay tight even at rest, there's a good chance your magnesium is low. And here's the part people forget. When your muscles can't fully relax, your sleep suffers. You might fall asleep fine, but your body stays in this light, restless state. You toss, you turn, and you wake up feeling like you never really rested. That's because your body never got a chance to drop into deep sleep, the phase when growth hormone is released and muscle rebuilding happens.
And many older adults don't realize how easy it is to become magnesium deficient. As we age, we tend to eat fewer magnesium-rich foods, like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes. On top of that, certain medications, especially diuretics or acid blockers, can cause magnesium to be lost through the urine. So even if you think you're eating well, your levels might still be too low, and when that happens, your muscles can't fully recover. You feel more tension in the body. You may wake up with stiffness or mild pain that wasn't there the day before. That's not just aging, that's a magnesium shortage.
Now, not all magnesium is created equal. The form that works best at night, the one we recommend most, is magnesium glycinate. This form is gentle on the stomach. It doesn't cause digestive upset like some other forms can, and it's absorbed really well. Some magnesium types, like magnesium oxide or citrate, can cause loose stools or discomfort, especially if taken regularly. Glycinate, on the other hand, is bound to the amino acid glycine, which also has a calming effect on the brain. So, you're getting double the benefit, one for your muscles and one for your sleep.
I like to think of magnesium glycinate as a gentle invitation for the body to let go. Let go of tension, of stress, of the tightness we carry throughout the day. And when you take it consistently, about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, your body learns how to settle into rest more easily.
So, if you're someone who wakes up stiff, or if your sleep feels light and choppy, this might be the one change that turns things around. You don't need a high dose. Just a small amount taken at the right time can help your body shift from holding on to healing. And remember, when muscles rest, they grow stronger. Sometimes all it takes is giving them the signal that it's finally safe to relax.
Now let's move on to another vitamin that most people think is just about bones. But in reality, it plays a huge role in keeping your muscles strong too. That's vitamin D3. Most folks have heard about vitamin D for bone health, especially after 60. But what often gets missed is how important it is for your muscles. Vitamin D3 doesn't just help your bones hold on to calcium, it also helps your body build protein inside your muscle tissue. Without enough of it, the signal to grow or maintain muscle just doesn't work as well. And here's the thing, as we age, we tend to spend less time in direct sunlight. Our skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D from the sun. On top of that, we may not absorb it well from food either, so deficiency becomes more common even in people who think they're getting enough.
That's why I often look at muscle weakness in older adults, not just as a strength issue, but sometimes as a vitamin D issue. When someone tells me they're feeling slower, less balanced, or that their legs feel heavy, I always wonder if vitamin D is part of the picture. But there's another vitamin that belongs in this conversation. That's vitamin K2. It works like a guide. Vitamin D helps you absorb calcium, but K2 tells your body where to put that calcium. Without K2, some of that calcium can end up in your arteries instead of your bones. And we definitely don't want that.
Exactly. Think of D3 as the delivery truck and K2 as the traffic cop that directs it to the right place. Together, they help your body strengthen both muscle and bone while keeping your arteries clear and your circulation healthy. When you take them as a pair, especially at night, you support the natural recovery process that happens while you sleep. Your body is already trying to rebuild. These nutrients just make sure the process works efficiently and safely.
And timing matters. I always recommend taking D3 and K2 together after dinner. Ideally, your dinner should include a little bit of healthy fat. It could be avocado, olive oil, some nuts, even a piece of salmon. That fat helps your body absorb both vitamins properly. Taking them right after your last meal allows your body to use them overnight during the exact window when muscle repair and bone turnover are most active.
One last thing to keep in mind. A lot of people are already taking D3, but not realizing they need K2 with it. So if you're supplementing with D3 alone, that's good, but pairing it with K2 makes it so much more effective and a lot safer long-term. So if you're over 60 and waking up with joint aches or feeling like your strength just isn't what it used to be, this simple combination might be a big missing piece. And the best part is it's gentle, affordable, and easy to add to your nightly routine.
So we've talked about magnesium and vitamin D3 with K2. Now let's look at another group that's just as important when it comes to building and preserving muscle, the B vitamins. And when we say B complex, we're mostly talking about 3 in particular.
That's something I see often. Someone will say, I'm eating chicken, I'm eating eggs, I'm drinking a protein shake, but they still feel weak. And one of the first things I think of is vitamin B12. B12 is essential for your nerves, especially the nerves that control your muscles. If your B12 levels are too low, your brain may still want to move, but the message doesn't get through properly. That's when people start to notice things like balance issues, leg weakness, or even numbness in the hands or feet.
That's B6, B9, and B12. These 3 work together to help your body take the protein you eat and actually turn it into usable muscle tissue. Without them, you might be eating enough protein, but your body can't fully convert it into strength. B6 and B9 are just as important. B6 helps with the actual process of breaking down protein and building new tissue. And B9, also called folate, is needed anytime your body wants to grow or repair cells. That includes muscle cells, especially if you've had an injury or you're trying to rebuild after being inactive for a while. But here's something not everyone knows. As we get older, our stomach acid decreases, and that makes it harder to absorb certain B vitamins, especially B12. That's why many people over 60 become deficient even if they're eating all the right foods.
And that's also why the form of the vitamin matters. Look for what we call the active or methylated forms. That means the vitamins are already in the shape your body can use right away. For B12, that would be methylcobalamin. For B6, it's called P5P. And for B9, it's methylfolate. These forms are better absorbed, especially for older adults or those with digestive issues.
When it comes to timing, evening is a great choice. Taking your B complex with a light dinner gives your body the cofactors it needs to use protein overnight. Just make sure the B complex you choose doesn't have added stimulants like caffeine or green tea extract. You want something calming, not something that keeps you awake. B vitamins are quiet helpers. You don't feel them working right away, but over time they support the entire system that helps you move, stay steady, and maintain independence. And after 60, that support becomes essential, not optional.
Now let's talk about a vitamin that's usually associated with the immune system, but actually plays a much bigger role in muscle recovery than most people realize. That's vitamin C. We often think of vitamin C as something you take when you catch a cold, but your muscles actually depend on it, especially as you age. Every time you move, walk, or even just get through a long day on your feet, your muscle tissue experiences tiny bits of wear and tear. That's totally normal. What matters is how well your body can repair that tissue overnight.
And that's exactly where vitamin C comes in. It's one of the key nutrients your body uses to rebuild connective tissue repair, damaged fibers, and reduce low-level inflammation that builds up from daily activity. It also supports the production of collagen, which helps hold your muscle and joints together. If your vitamin C is low, that healing process slows down. You might feel more soreness after walking or climbing stairs. You might notice that it takes longer to recover after something as simple as gardening or light housework.
There's also another benefit. Vitamin C helps your body absorb iron from food. And iron, as we know, carries oxygen through your blood to your muscles. If your muscles aren't getting enough oxygen at night, they can't rebuild properly. So vitamin C plays an indirect but very important role in keeping your muscles energized and ready for the next day.
Now the form of vitamin C makes a difference. Many people take ascorbic acid, which is the standard form. But for older adults or for anyone with a sensitive stomach, the buffered form is often much better. Buffered vitamin C is combined with minerals like calcium or magnesium, so it's gentler on digestion. It doesn't cause the same acidity or discomfort that some people feel with regular vitamin C.
That's why I usually suggest taking it in the evening, especially alongside magnesium glycinate or a small snack. That pairing helps your body wind down, absorb nutrients steadily, and stay in repair mode while you sleep. And no, it doesn't keep you awake. In fact, it can support deeper sleep by calming inflammation and easing muscle tension. It's subtle, but over time, the difference adds up. Vitamin C may not seem like a muscle supplement, but it's one of the most important behind-the-scenes players. It helps you recover faster, feel less sore, and wake up with more energy. And after 60, that's not just helpful, it's essential.
Now, we've talked a lot about what you should be taking at night. But this next part is just as important, because even the right vitamins, if taken at the wrong time, can actually work against you. And one of the biggest culprits we see is the caffeinated B complex. That might surprise some people. After all, B vitamins are essential for energy metabolism and nervous system function. But here's the catch. Some B-complex supplements are designed to boost energy, and they include added ingredients like caffeine guarana or green tea extract.
And the problem is most people don't even realize it. They see B-complex on the label and assume it's just vitamins. But if you flip the bottle around and read the fine print, you'll sometimes see phrases like energy blend or natural stimulants. That's where the trouble begins. Taking those types of supplements during the day might be fine. In fact, they can be helpful if you're low on energy or trying to stay alert. But taking them at night, especially within a few hours of bedtime, can completely disrupt your sleep.
Exactly. Caffeine, even in small amounts, can raise your heart rate, make you feel restless, and delay the deep sleep your muscles need to rebuild. You might fall asleep, but your body stays on edge, and you wake up feeling like you barely rested at all. Even worse, it's not just about how many hours you sleep. It's about how deep that sleep is. And any stimulant, even a natural one, can keep you stuck in the lighter stages of sleep. That's where your brain is still active and your muscles don't get the chance to fully recover.
I've had patients who told me they couldn't figure out why they were waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning with a racing heart. When we looked closer, it turned out they were taking a nighttime vitamin labeled B100 Energy or something similar. It seemed harmless, but it was keeping their nervous system too alert to rest properly.
So here's the takeaway. If you're going to take a B complex in the evening, make sure it's a calming, non-stimulant formula. Look for labels that say methylated activated, or simply list the B vitamins with no added blends. Avoid anything with words like energy performance or focus in the name, especially if you're taking it after dinner. And if you're ever unsure, ask your doctor or pharmacist. It's a small detail, but it can make a big difference. A good night's sleep is when your muscles recover. Don't let a hidden stimulant get in the way of that healing process.
Now let's talk about another common vitamin mistake that can quietly ruin your night. And that's taking a multivitamin that contains a high dose of zinc, especially right before bed. Zinc is important. It supports your immune system, helps with wound healing, and even plays a role in testosterone and muscle repair. But just like with everything else, timing matters. And when you take zinc in high doses at night, it doesn't always help. In fact, for a lot of people, it actually causes problems. One of the most common side effects is nausea. Some people feel it within 30 minutes. Others wake up a few hours later with an upset stomach and don't know why. Zinc, especially in amounts over 25 milligrams, can irritate the stomach lining. And when your body is trying to rest and recover, the last thing it needs is digestive discomfort.
That's right. And here's where it gets tricky. Most people don't realize how much zinc is hiding in their supplements. A lot of multivitamins, especially the ones labeled as complete or high potency, contain 40 or even 50 milligrams of zinc per serving. That's nearly twice the recommended daily amount. Taking that much zinc is not always harmful in the long run, but the timing is what matters most here. At night, when your digestion slows down and your body is trying to wind down, a high dose of zinc can feel like a rock sitting in your stomach. I've seen this with my patients more than once. They start taking a new multivitamin in the evening, A few days later, they complain about strange stomach aches, poor sleep, or even waking up feeling queasy. And once we shift that same supplement to the morning, the problem disappears.
So here's what we recommend. If your multivitamin contains more than 15 or 20 milligrams of zinc, take it earlier in the day, ideally with breakfast or lunch. That way your body has plenty of time to digest it, and it won't interfere with your rest. And if you're taking zinc on its own, as a supplement maybe for immunity or skin health, the same rule applies. Mornings are better. Your stomach is more active, your metabolism is higher, and the risk of nausea is much lower.
Zinc is valuable. We don't want you to avoid it altogether, but we do want you to respect how it behaves in the body. If you take it too late, it can throw off your whole night. So check your labels. Know what's inside that capsule. And remember, sometimes it's not what you take, it's when you take it that makes all the difference.
All right, now let's talk about one more piece of the muscle recovery puzzle, and that's what you eat before bed. A lot of people try to be disciplined by not eating anything after dinner. But if you go to bed too hungry, especially after 60, your body can actually start breaking down muscle during the night. That's because your blood sugar may dip too low, and in response, your body will pull from your muscle tissue to raise it back up.
That's something we see often. People are trying to be healthy, but they don't realize that going to sleep on an empty stomach, especially without protein, sends the wrong message to the body. Instead of repairing the body, it goes into preservation mode. It holds on to energy and breaks down muscle just to keep blood sugar steady. So, what's the solution? A small light snack that includes protein and is easy to digest. Not a big meal. Just something simple that gives your body the fuel it needs to repair overnight. Here are a few options I love. You can spread a spoonful of ricotta cheese on a rice cake or toast, and sprinkle some hemp seeds on top. You get protein, healthy fat, and magnesium all in one bite.
Another great choice is a half cup of edamame with a small glass of warm almond or oat milk. That gives you plant-based protein plus a calming effect that helps you sleep more deeply. And if you want something slightly sweet, half a banana with a pinch of cinnamon works well. It's gentle on digestion, provides potassium and magnesium, and the cinnamon helps keep your blood sugar stable through the night. Just remember what to avoid. Stay away from sugar, caffeine, or spicy foods in the evening. Those can disrupt your sleep, increase inflammation, or upset your stomach when your body's trying to relax. The goal here is simple. Give your body a little support before bed, and it will reward you with better sleep, better recovery, and more strength tomorrow morning.
So, if there's one thing we hope you take away from this episode, it's this. Building muscle after 60 isn't just about what you do at the gym. It's also about what happens while you sleep. That's right, your body repairs, restores, and rebuilds most effectively during the night, but only if you give it the right tools. Those tools aren't complicated. Just 4 simple vitamins taken at the right time. Add in a light smart snack before bed. And make sure you're protecting your sleep, because deep rest is where the real recovery happens. When these 3 things work together, your body knows what to do, and it starts doing it quietly, gently, night after night.
You don't have to change everything at once. In fact, we suggest you start simple. Look at the 4 vitamins we talked about. Choose just one that you think you might be missing. Try adding it tonight. Then watch how your body responds over the next few days. Give it 3 nights. You might notice you sleep more deeply. You might wake up feeling less stiff. Or you might just have a little more energy in the morning. That's how strength comes back. Not in one big leap, but in small steps that your body understands and accepts.
So if you found something helpful in today's episode, we'd love it if you'd share it. Like, subscribe and share this episode if you or someone you love is starting to feel weaker with age, but hasn't yet found a solution that works. Because sometimes the answer isn't a new workout plan. It's a small vitamin, a quiet dinner, and a restful night. And that small decision you make tonight, it could be the beginning of your strength, returning one night at a time.